Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Oakland and Boston, 1980. It's Norris versus Tudor, and it's the bottom of the second. The score is 2-2. Boston scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first, and it was Oakland with 2 runs in the top of the second. And here comes Dave Rader, a lefty, Dewey Evans, and the third baseman, Glenn Hoffman. All right, it's going to be a 65. That's usually a pitcher home run. Norris is a C pitcher. It's 1-10, and that ball is a line out to the third baseman. So it's L5, 1 away. All right, here's Dwight Evans. And that's a 64, which is a blank, and a 64 on a C is an out. The 6 is a ground ball to 6, the shortstop. Picked up by Guerrero, and he throws out. Evans, 2 out. And here's Glenn Hoffman, right-handed batter. 62 is strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no left. We move to the top of the third inning. We're playing Fall Classic Baseball. Probably one of the best games that I believe it's basically is under the radar for many. Very well-designed game, very easy to play. It's got a little bit of APA, a little bit of strat, and then it's got the modern bells and whistles. Here's Dwayne Murphy, and that is a 66 and a 1-2 home run, a 3-2. Here are the splits. This is the Stratomatic split, 3-12, and that's going to be a drive over the right fielder's head and off the base of the wall, played by Dewey Evans, who's got a great arm, but Murphy into second base with a leadoff double. So Tudor gives up a double, a leadoff double to Dwayne Murphy, and here's Jim Essien. Here's the pitch. That's a 63, and that's going to be an out, and the 6 is a ground ball to shortstop Burleson, who looks. Murphy back to second. 1 down. Tony Armas is up next, and Armas with a 12, which will be an out of 4. That's bounced to the second baseman. That will move Murphy over to third. And John Tudor checks in the sign with Carlton Fisk. And he sets and deals. Jeff Newman. Jeff Newman swings, and that ball is bounced to the third baseman. Up with it is Hoffman, fires to first, and that retires the side. They leave 1 on 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the third inning. Mike Norris facing the top of the lineup, top of the Boston lineup. We'll do that. You know what? Let's do this instead. All right, here's the pitch, and it's 63. That's a blank. And we look for 63 on Norris. That's a 1-16. That's a strikeout. Burleson swings and misses at a Norris fastball. Here's Dave Stapleton, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored. That's a 32. That's a blank. And the 32 is a drive into the corner. That's going to be played off the carom by the left fielder Henderson, and into second base with a double is Stapleton. Jim Dwyer 1 for 1 with a run scored, and that's a 26, and that's going to be off a right. It's going to be a base hit. Will this score a run? We don't know. It's to left field, so he goes the opposite field, slaps one to the left, and runner on second. There's going to be an assist, and the throw home on a 1-5. He is out, and he is safe at the plate. Tag is too late. RBI single, and the Red Sox have taken the lead. Going to second on that is Jim Dwyer, batter to second on the throw home. Run on second, 1 out. Jim Rice. And that's a 35. That's a blank, and a 35 on Norris is an out. Out of an out of 20. That's lined, and this could be a double play. Gonna roll. And no, just misses the double play, so it's going to be an L5. And here is Tony Perez with 2 out, 1 on. That's a 45. It's a blank. A 12 is popped up. That's third base. Right there is McKay, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Red Sox pick up a run and take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Fast-moving game. A lot of variety. They're never two outs are never the same. Very unusual. As you can see, I had a strikeout, a line out, and a pop-up. And it's a 1 run on 2 hits, and the Red Sox have taken a 3-2 lead. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Heath, Guerrero, and McKay. Pitch from Tudor. That's a 64. That's a blank, and a 64. He's a B. That's an out. A 19 is a fly ball, right field, drifting over. Is a right field Dewey Evans, and he makes the catch. Next is Mario Guerrero with a 44. That's lined for a base hit center field. Played on a hop by the center fielder, Dwyer. Guerrero's on with a single. He's 2 for 2 today. Next up is Dave McKay with a 32. A 32 is a blank, and that's an out with a 2, and that's lifted to center. 2 out. And Jeff Cox, 61, and that is a blank, and a 61 on Tudor is a strikeout. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mike Norris on the mound. He's got his C stuff today, but still holding his own. Down only 3-2 here in the 4th. It's a 45. That's going to be an out. A 13. He's a righty, so that's bounced to third base. Picked up by McKay. Throws out Fisk. 1 down. Raider, the lefty, with a 21, and that's a fly ball. Center field. On the run is Murphy, and he tracks it down. 2 down. And here's Dewey Evans, right-handed hitter. He bounced to the shortstop in his first at bat today with a 12. 1 to 5 base on balls, but we roll a 13. He's a righty, so that's grounded to the third baseman, who backhands it. Strong throw to first in time. No runs, no hits, none left. Top of the 5th. John Tudor against Ricky Henderson, Hollywood Henderson. And that's a 21, and that's a bouncer to the shortstop, who charges it, fires on the run, and gets Henderson. Dwayne Murphy next, and he's 1 for 2 with a double. A 54, that's going to be a wild. Bases empty, that's going to be a base hit to right, and it could be an error, a 6. Right fielder's Evans. Evans' fielding rating in right is a 4, so he does not make an error. So it's a single to right. Murphy's on at first. Here's Essien, and that's a 52. That's an error check. And who is that? Checked on the left fielder. Left fielder is Rice. Rice with an error of a 3, so he will make that nice running catch in the corner. Back to first goes Murphy. 2 down, and here's Tony Armas. Tony Armas with a 64. That's a blank. And a 64 will be a bounce to short. Easy play for Burleson. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's 3-2. Red Sox here at Fenway Park. Mike Norris. Glenn Hoffman leading off. He struck out in the 2nd inning. He'll be followed by Rick Burleson, the Rooster, and Dave Stapleton. And that's a 15. That'll be an out, and that'll be a fly ball. Fly ball to right. Under it is Armas. 1 down. Here's Rick Burleson. He's 0 for 2. A ground down the strike out of 46. That's ballpark. That's line for a base hit. And Burleson will try for 2. And here's the throw to second, and he is out at second base. A single. And he's out on a 7-4. So Ricky Henderson throws out Burleson, trying to stretch it into a double. 2 out, and here's Stapleton with a 42. And that 42 will be ball 4. Had him 0-2 and lost them. And here's Jim Dwyer. Pitch from Norris with a 16, and that will be bounced to second. Easy play for Cox to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to the top of the 6th inning. John Tudor will face Newman, Heath, and Guerrero. Here's the pitch from Tudor, and that's a 23, which will be a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. So Newman down on strikes, is back to the bench with the lumber on his shoulder. A 65 on Heath. That's a -10 pitcher home run, and that's going to be an out. We're going to say that's bounced to shortstop, Burleson. So -10, and Tudor is a 1-2. He doesn't give up many home runs at all, so that becomes a -8. And on a 7, that would be still could be a home run, but it's not. It's out. All right, and here's Guerrero, 2 outs. 46-12. That is a foul ball. Souvenir for a lucky fan. Guerrero with another swing. A 53. That's going to be a range check, and that's going to be a base hit infield single. Ground ball in the hole, picked up by Burleson, and no throw. Burleson holds on to it. He didn't want to risk the throw. He didn't want to throw the ball away, so that's an infield range hit. There's no way. I mean, I rolled a 20. That's it. And Burleson goes up to a 9, so that's definitely a hit. And here's McKay with a runner on first. With a 45, that's a blank, and an 18 is a fly ball center field that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, Mike Norris against Jim Rice here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-2. That's a 62, and that'll be a line out to left field. Right there is Henderson. So he hits it right on the nose, but right at Henderson. Here's Tony Perez with a 33, and that is ripped to left for a base hit. So Perez, his 2nd hit of the day. He's on at first. Carlton Fisk, and a 23 will be a swing and a miss. Goes down on strikes. 2 out. Perez takes his lead off first. Norris sets and deals to Rader. And that's a 22, will be a 1-17 single, and it is a base hit single. Perez, no, we'll stop at second, first and second. 2 hits allowed by Norris in this inning. There's a pitch to Dewey Evans, a 14, that'll be an out, and that'll be a bouncer to third base. Actually, shortstop picks that up, and that retires the side. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. Playing Fall Classic Baseball. If you have any questions, we got over 100 seasons. Outstanding system. Very, very easy to play for all the details that it has. As you can see, the flow is amazingly fast, and a lot of different things can happen in this game. 33, and that is going to be a line drive. Ball 4. Line drive foul, and the next pitch is a walk. Then on this walk, you're going to have 2 plus signs. So there he goes. Cox on a 12, and Fisk is no plus or minus, no modifier, and Cox, and the throw from Fisk, and he is out. So it was a walk, a walk and a stolen base, and that's a 2-4. He is caught stealing. So Ricky Henderson is up next with a 21, and that will be a fly ball left field. On the run is Rice, and Rice tracks it down. 2 out, Dwayne Murphy with a 26, and against a righty, that'll be a single, otherwise it's a ground ball. Up the middle, Burleson gets to it, throws on the run, and gets his man. 3 up, 3 down. Well, not really. It was a walk, and then a runner's thrown out on the attempted steal. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Get out to the concession and grab your last drink, because they'll be closing down. Here's Glenn Hoffman leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Norris with the pitch, and that's a 23. That'll be a strikeout. Next up is Burleson with a 14, and that is lined and caught by the second baseman, Jeff Cox. 2 down. Dave Stapleton, who's 2 for 2 with a walk. A single, a double, a walk, and a 41 is ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk to Dave Stapleton, who hit 333 in almost 500 at bats. 321. I'm sorry, 321. And here's Jim Dwyer. The A's lead at 3-2. I'm sorry, the Red Sox lead at 3-2 here in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. 2 out, 1 on, and that's a 51. That's going to be an error check. And that's a third base error. And at third base, we have McKay. McKay's third base error is a 6, and he'll get to that ball. Throws to second for the force. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. And we move to the top of the 8th inning in a 3-2 ball game. Tudor's still in there. Tudor can go 33 batters. And he's gone 27, 29. Here's the pitch to Jim Essien with a 51, and that's going to be strike 3. Strikes him out. Next up is Tony Armas, and that's, oh, I thought that was a deep drive. That is going to be a ground ball, third base, picked up by Hoffman, and he throws out Armas 2 away. Newman's next. Newman with a 33, and that is a little check swing, and that falls in. Little blooper that drops in. Right beyond the reach of the shortstop Burleson into left center field. And it's a 2-out single for Newman. Here comes Mike Heath. Pitch from Tudor, and that's a 12, which will be a bouncer right back to the mound. Played by Tudor, and he throws out Heath. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Norris and Rice. Norris can go 33 batters, and he's gone 27, 28, 29, 30. So he's still good. Here's Jim Rice leading it off, and that is going to be a 52. That's an error check with a 4. An error check, and that's on the shortstop, and that's an E6. So an error on Guerrero. Next is Tony Perez, and that's a 36, which is a ball right back to the pitcher. Goes to second for 1, throw to first. Not in time. So Perez is on a fielder's choice, and here's Carlton Fisk, pitch from Norris with a 45. That's a blank, and a 19 is lifted to right. Can of corn for the right fielder, Armas. And with 2 out, here's Dave Rader. Perez on at first, pitch to Rader, and that's a 15. That's bounced to short, goes to second for the force, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, man left, and we move to the top of the 9th. Last licks, and Tudor's going for a complete game. Tudor's to his limit, so there's a couple of arms warming up in the bullpen. Tudor is going for a complete game. He can go 33 batters. He's gone 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So if he allows any base runner, he gets pulled. Here's John Tudor against Mario Guerrero. And then probably see a pinch hitter of some kind. Probably a Mike Edwards and a Mick Klutz. Yeah, there's a pitch, and that is a 22. And that is going to be a base hit center field. Plus, we got a couple of potential stolen base opportunities here. So it's an 8 or less. There goes Guerrero, and he is out. 2-6. Actually, McKay, I think, is a switch hitter. Yep, so he's batting from the left side, so it's 2-6. Thrown out, trying to steal. This is Billy Ball, so I allow that. They're always stealing, regardless of getting thrown out. All right, so Dave McKay now. He's a switch hitter, batting from the left side against... Oh, wait a second. So I got to bring in a new pitcher here because he allowed a base hit. So, let me see. Otherwise, he is not... Once these guys get tired, it's not pretty. So let's see who I'm going to bring. All right, let's see where we got here. who are we going to replace Tudor with? Who is the closer? Closer is Bergmeyer. So Bergmeyer is going to come in. And he will replace, I'm going to go for the save, Tom Bergmeyer. Get all the pitchers in this game. I mean, all the players, all the pitchers, all the batters. That's why I really like it. All right, lefty Bergmeyer. We're going to roll to see what kind of stuff he has. Bergmeyer will have B stuff because he's a lefty. All right, and he will be facing McKay. I'm gonna re-roll for McKay. And that's going to be a 52 with a 1, and that's going to be a strikeout. So now we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Mickey Klutz. Let's make sure he can pinch hit, that he's available on the roster. Just want to make sure. No, I want to back up one. Let me back up one. Let's see. Yep, Klutz. So Klutz will be batting. Pinch hitter against Tom Bergmeyer. 3-2 ball game, 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Klutz, a 53. That's a range check. And a range, that's a second baseman. Second baseman is Stapleton. Stapleton is a 10 range. We rolled a 13. That's going to be a base hit. A single. A 2-out single for the pinch hitter, Mickey Klutz. And here comes Ricky Hollywood Henderson. Let me plug myself in real quickly here. Ricky Hollywood Henderson with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, 3-2 score. Red Sox are up here at Fenway. Their closer, Tom Bergmeyer, pitching to Ricky Henderson. And here's the pitch, and that is a 24, which will be a hit by pitch, 1-5. And look what we roll. We rolled a 4. That's going to be, he gets hit, and that pushes the tying run to second base. So Ricky Henderson is hit by the pitch, and that's going to bring in the captain. Let's write that in. He does become the captain, but I think he becomes the captain in 81. Dwayne Murphy. Billy Martin makes him the captain of the team. So left-handed hitter with runners on first and second, Tom Bergmeyer. Now 2 for 4. I could pinch hit for him. You know, I could pinch hit with a righty. Let's see. And why not? Let's have some fun here. Let's bring in. Oh wait, I do not have any righty. Well, Mike Edwards. You know what? I'm gonna pinch hit with Mike Edwards. Let's see. Do I have any other righties? Piccolo, Edwards. I'm going to let him bat. And here's the pitch from Bergmeyer. 2 outs. Tying run at second base. Oh, that's going to be a line drive base hit. Will the tying run score? F scores. Runner on second is Klutz. I don't know that he is... He is F. Oh, no. I don't know that he's F. Let's see if he's not F. We'll see what happens there. Klutz is A, which is not F, which is average, I guess. And a 55, where was it? A 55 is a single plus. Oh, and we looked here with a runner on second. Oh, wait. Runner on second scores. F on first will go to third. So the game is tied. Base hit, and around to score is Klutz. And going to third is Henderson. RBI single for the captain, or the future captain. And the A's have come back to tie it up here in the top of the 9th. Jim Essien now. Here's a pitch with 2 outs, and that is a 62, which will be an out, which will be bounced to short. And that retires the side. It's 3-3. Extra innings, 1 run on 2 hits. The big 2-out single, RBI single by Dwayne Murphy. All tied up at 3 apiece going into the bottom of the 9th. Norris is still in there. And he'll be facing Dewey Evans here in extra baseball. And what I do for extra baseball, let me show you how I do this for extra baseball. I actually continue the boxes straight down. I do this thing, extra baseball starts right there. And then I do the same thing for the team in the top. All right, here goes. Dewey Evans. A 1-5, and that's a strikeout. So he swings and misses at a Norris. It's not a sinker, not a splitter. He had a special pitch. I forget that other pitch he threw. Maybe it was a sinker. I think it was, can't remember what that pitch was. I got a book where it shows that. I got to look for that book. All right, so Glenn Hoffman is up. He's a right-handed batter. And that's a 15, which will be grounded to the shortstop. Guerrero, we got a new second baseman. That's going to be Klutz. I'm pretty sure Klutz can play second base. Let me double check. He can play second base. Not terrible range. Okay arm. Not steady, not sure-handed at all, but we'll put him in second base. And actually, he may be better off at third base. And let me put, let me put Klutz at, yeah, he's much better at third base, although he does have a weak arm. But his range is better at third base. So let's put him at third base, and let's move McKay to second base. All right, and that was a 15, which was a ground ball to short, 2 out. And here's Burleson, pitch from Norris. Norris is still in there. This is the bottom of the 9th. And 43, a 43 is a blank. And a 3 will be bounced to third base. And that retires the side. So no runs, no hits in the bottom of the 9th. We go to top of the 10th inning. Extra innings here, Fall Classic Baseball. I highly recommend this game. A lot of fun, as you can see. Tom Bergmeyer still in there. Bergmeyer can face 9 batters, and he's faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters. And Tudor's out, so let's put him out. And Tony Armas is up. Tony Armas with good power. That's a pitch, and that is a 35, which is a blank. And for Bergmeyer, who is a B pitcher, that's an out. And what kind of an out? 11 is bounced to third. 1 down. Newman is up next with a 53, a range play, and a 4. And that will be, I'm sure, within range. That's a left fielder range. The range for Rice and left is an 8, so he'll run that ball down. So it's a fly ball 7 to left. And here is Heath with 2 out. That's a 35. 35 will be an out. And a ball right back to the pitcher to retire the side. 2-6. All right, 1, 2. All right. And so Guerrero will start off the top of the 10th if we get to the top of the 10th. So no runs, no hits. It was 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning for Bergmeyer in that inning. Here's Norris is still in there. This is the 10th inning for Norris. In 1980, that's why I play it. Especially Billy Martin, he let everybody go the extra mile. Here's Stapleton, Dave Stapleton, who hasn't made an out today. He's been on base every single time. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6. This is the 7th. His 7th inning. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th inning. So that means that he will move from a C to a B, and that makes it an out. A fly ball to center field. 1 away. Otherwise, it would have been a double. Here is Jim Dwyer, a 41, and that's going to be a base on balls, and that's going to be all for Norris. So he walks Dwyer, and we're going to bring in a new pitcher. Let's see who it's going to be. Let's see. And it's going to be Lacey. which is really the ace of the staff. Bob Lacey, the lefty's coming in. For Norris, we're going to roll, see what kind of stuff he has, and he will have ace. We got an excellent game here. We are in the bottom of the second, and it's going to be, let's see. Let's look and see what just happened here. We brought in a new pitcher. So the inning started with a flyout by Stapleton and a walk to Dwyer. So, and let's K6 and 5. I'm just putting in K6 and 5. All right, that was 5, 7, 1. All right, so Stapleton started out with a fly out to center, then it was a walk to Dwyer, then we got a new pitcher, Lacey, and we're ready to roll. Okay, Lacey's an A against Jim Rice. Here's the pitch. We're at Fenway. That's a 55, and that's a drive. That's going to be off the wall. This may be the ball game. Let's see if they're going to wave Dwyer around, and let's see if there's going to be a throw. So Dwyer's an A. And 1 to home. If he's fast, he will score. Otherwise, there is a risk. So we're going to play. We're going to have a play at the plate. There is 1 out, so I'm going to try to score him. If with no outs, I would hold him up. Risk says I can. When it says assist, you got to go. But with a risk, you have the choice as a manager. Usually with 1 out, I try to do it. It's going to be risk with the center fielder. It's going to be 1 to 3. So it's 50-50. 1 to 3, he's out. Here's the relay from the second baseman, Cox, to the plate, and the tag by Essien. And Jim Dwyer is out at the plate. All right. So it's a single, and it'll be an 8-4-2. Dwyer's thrown out at the plate, and out at the plate, I give him second base usually automatically, unless he's slow. And here's Tony Perez with a runner at second base. Score is still 3-3 in the bottom of the 10th inning. Here's the pitch, and that's a 62, which is a blank, and on Lacey it will be strike 3, and that retires the side. Oh, I don't want to do that because it's extra innings. I do it a different way when there's extra innings, so let me fix that up. So I do this when there's extra innings, just blacken in and tells me. All right, so they just got out of that. It was an exciting play at the plate, and the game continues. So that was no runs on a couple of hits, and we actually 1 hit. 1 hit and a walk. We move to the 11th inning. All right, so it's Tom Bergmeyer. Can he still be in there? That's 9. How many has he gone? He's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is his 9th batter. Mario Guerrero. Here's a pitch from Tom Bergmeyer with a 56. And a 56 is a, it's going to be off the, it's a blank. And off the pitcher's card, Bergmeyer is a B. That's a strikeout. So Guerrero chases a curveball. Here is McKay and then Klutz. Pitch from Bergmeyer. That's a 22, and that is going to be a base hit single. And that'll be it for Bergmeyer. So Mickey Klutz is up next, and who else is going to pitch? Let's see. We got that last inning. Rice. What did Rice do? Rice singled. There was a play at the plate, and they threw. I'm sorry, wait. Rice doubled on that play. It was not a single, it was a double. It was a double, and he took third. They threw him out on the double. So let me go back here. Hold on a second. I'm inputting this data. So it was a double, and they threw him out. out at home. And it was 8-4-2. 8-4-2. And then the next batter struck out. All right. So we have leading off is Guerrero, and he strikes out. But then McKay singles. And now we're going to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be, let's see who we can bring in here. A guy named Hurst. Bruce Hurst is coming in. Bruce Hurst, another lefty. So we're going to roll here to see what kind of stuff he has. And he has A stuff. So Hurst, A stuff. And it's Mickey Klutz. So here's a pitch from Bruce Hurst to Mickey Klutz, and that's a 62, and that's a blank. And we said he has A stuff, so that'll be a strike. Oh, 1-8 strikeout to 16, so that's a ground ball to short. Now this could be a double play. It says if the Burleson's arm is strong, which it is, so it's going to go to second for 1, back to first, double play, 6-4-3 double play. So that's because Burleson has a strong arm. And that retires the side, so no runs, 1 hit. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Well, nobody left on the double play. We move to the bottom of the 11th inning. Bob Lacey's in there against Carlton Fisk. Take a quick drink. We are in the bottom of the 11th inning. I'm keeping score on paper and keeping score on the computer as well. All right, here goes. Here's a pitch from Lacey. That's a 34. 34 is a blank. Lacey is a fly ball center field. 1 down. Next up is Dave Rader. We're going to pinch hit for him. And let's see who we can pinch hit. 6-4-3 double play on that last one. So Fisk flies out to center. And now we're going to pinch hit for Radar because he's a lefty. We're going to bring in a righty. It's going to be Allison. Allison. All right. Gary Allison, switch hitter. So he'll be batting from the right side. Here's a pitch. And that's a 23, and that's a swing and a miss. Goes down on strikes, 2 down. Karya Yastrzemski, no. Karya Yastrzemski's not. Dwight Evans with a 42. 42 is a blank, and Lacey's A, that's an out. That'll be a fly out center field. On the run is Murphy, and he tracks it down. And that ends the 11th inning. No runs, no hits. We move to the top of the 12th. 3-3. Extra free baseball, extra innings here at Fenway. It's Bruce Hurst on the mound. He can go 15, so he's going to stay in there a while. This is 1980. They didn't use a whole bunch of relievers like we do today. All right, Ricky Henderson's leading us off. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch, and that is a 36, which is a blank. Hurst is an A, and that's an out. A 20, that's lined and caught by the shortstop. L6. Next is Dwayne Murphy with a 32. 32 is a blank, and a 32 is a drive. That's over the center fielder's head. Hits off the base of the wall. Digging for second is Murphy. The throw from Dwyer, and he is safe under the tag. What a great slide by Dwayne Murphy. That's his fourth hit of the day. He's got 2 doubles, 2 singles, and a key RBI in that 9th inning that tied the game at 3. So it's a 1-out double here in the top of the 12th inning. And here is Essien. And that's a 15, which will be an out. A ground ball to short. Burleson looks. Murphy back to second. And here's Tony Armas. Tony Armas, big RBI home run guy for the A's. And you know what? Hurst will... we're going to walk him. We're going to walk him intentionally and face Newman. Hello, Newman. Here's a pitch from Hurst. That's a 36. That's a blank, and a 36 against an 8 pitcher is an out. That's a fly out to right because it's a 9. And that ends the inning. So no runs, 1 hit. And we move to the bottom of the 12th. Bob Lacey, who can go 10 batters, has faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. Playing Fall Classic Baseball, 3-3 in the bottom of the 12th inning. Let me just quickly fill out a couple of things here. Allison batted there, and he struck out. And then it was Evans who flied out. It starts getting sloppy here when you get extra innings, and so I try to start updating it on the computer so I don't get confused later. So it was a line out, Henderson a line out, and then it was a double, 1 out double, a grounded a short, and the runner was looked back. He did not advance. And then it was an intentional walk to Armas, who's really the big guy, the big gun for the A's. And then it was Newman with a fly ball to right. Here we go in the bottom of the 12th inning. It's going to be Glenn Hoffman leading it off against Bob Lacey. There it goes. That's a 33. And that's going to be a base hit single to start it off. Bunting is going to be Burleson, and it's very easy to bunt 4 or less. And it is a 4 or less. So it's a successful bunt, and it's 1 and 2 to pitcher, 4 and 5 to the catcher. So that's going to be a 2-4 sacrifice. So a single and a 2-4 sacrifice. And that puts the winning run at second base for Dave Stapleton, the righty. Here's a pitch. And that's a 26 against a lefty. That's a base hit. This could be the ball game right here. And it says runner effort a score. I believe Hoffman's going to be waved around. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is safe. Ball game over. Dave Stapleton with his 3rd hit of the game drives home Glenn Hoffman for the victory here in the bottom of the 12th. 1 run on 2 hits. Lacey gets the loss. The win is going to go to Hurst. So it's an RBI, drives in number 9. And I don't know what else to say. Excellent game. 4-3 is the final score. Let me just get, yep. So let me just put in a couple of things and I'll update you on what so Newman flew out to right. And then it was Hoffman leading it off with a single, and it was a sacrifice. And then it was Stapleton. No, wait a second. Back up. It was a single, ground out bunt. And then it was going to be a Stapleton single to win the ball game. And the final score, Red Sox 4 and the A's 3. It was the A's with 3 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. Red Sox 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The victory goes to Bruce Hurst. The loss goes to Bob Lacey. Hurst is 1 and 2. Lacey's 5 and 2. The MVP is going to be Stapleton because Stapleton had 3 hits and drove home the winning run. He was on base 5 out of the 6 times in that game. And let's take a quick look at the box. All right, and here's the box score. I want to go over some of the averages. Now, Ricky Henderson batted .303. He's batting .341. But then it's Dwayne Murphy batting .271 in the replay. In reality, batted .274, so that's pretty close. Essien in reality batted 245, and he's at, well, actually in reality batted 232, but here in the replays at 245. Arma's batted 279 in reality, and in the replay he's at 277. That's 2 points off, pretty close. Newman in reality batted 233. He's doing a little bit better than that because he's at 267. Let's continue with some more players. Heath, he's batting 243 in the replay, and he batted 243 in reality. Who's next? Guerrero McKay. Guerrero batted 239 in the replays, batting 261. He's been hitting like crazy as of late. He was around 200 for a long time, so there's a lot of ups and downs. McKay batted 244. He's batted 237. Pretty close. Klutz batted 269. He's batting 232 in the replay. And Cox, I put him away, but I believe he batted 235, and in the replay he's at 253. So pretty, oh yeah, overall pretty close, pretty realistic. Let's look at the pitchers. Let's see. What? Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh, there. For some reason I couldn't get down to the pitchers. All right, Norris had his ERA was, in reality, it was, I think it was about 240. Here it's 270. And Lacey was about 3, and he stands to be about 3. And that's pretty much it. That's the box score.